Saints. Will Lutz has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Lawrence looking to pass on the first play. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
To throw again on second down, Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Lawrence going to throw again. Screenplay, here's Etienne. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And here's a Louisiana native from the town of Jennings. It's Travis Etienne.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game that will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. And he's taken down here by the Saints. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. Does the big boy have the juice? And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a safe touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do the drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace center now.
this week he's smiling. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter. Here's another good example.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Completing it here, Marvin Jones. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a first down.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the ground, Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. In the hands of Kamara. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And the catch made by Johnson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Andy Dalton. There's Chris Olave. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
53, 93, 44, 44, stop!
They'll run. This is Kamara. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's fully Fatukasi into the backfield with ease and making the stick for a loss.
Sometimes that's the danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You can wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Dalton. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. On the ground, this is Kamara. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start the second half with Kamara. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Dalton's going to sneak it. They'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
Well, I liked it. Just take the snap, burrow forward, pick up the few inches you need for a first down.
And defensively, I don't think they were expecting that. They looked a little surprised in the middle.
Yeah, a little bit wary there, weren't they? Because that can be a throwaway down where maybe you go play action, fake it, and try and get something big. But instead they said, forget it. Let's just get a first down and start a new set.
That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And out of the air, Dalton. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now Dalton. He finds his man Johnson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 26. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. A quick one here hauled in by Kamara. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Dalton operating in the red zone now. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Rayshon Jenkins picks it off. The 40. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize, put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. 43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on second down. Dalton, slant pass complete to Olave. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Tackled there by Rayshon Jenkins.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
Big fourth down here. It's Dalton. This is Smith with the ground. Touchdown. Traquan Smith, 35 yards. And the Saints answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown on the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
What's good on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On second down, a run with Etienne. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Down to the 42, 2nd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Kamara. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try on 4th. Here's Dalton. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Saints for